10 minutes of football. I'll do that. Eagles winning tonight. Yeah, who are they playing? Are they playing the Chiefs? I mean, this is probably a Super Bowl preview. If I'm keeping it a buck. How about the Lions come back? Who are the Lions playing? They were playing a team that they definitely should have beaten, right? Yeah, they were playing the Bears. How about the Lions come back against the worst team in the NFL? Wow. Zack Wilson confirmed bust. I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to make some predictions right now. 1, Tim Boyle and Trevor Siemian are not going to have any success with the Jets offense. Both those quarterbacks won't have any success. I don't think either one of those quarterbacks will have any success in the Jets offense. I don't. I think that ultimately what you are going to see is that even if Aaron Rodgers had been on that offense, I don't know if he would have had as much success as people would have thought. Or maybe everybody just gave up. But ultimately, the Jets have the worst offensive line in football, probably tied with the Giants at this moment. Everybody knew Mekhi Becton wasn't going to finish the season, and yet still he was the plan. Elijah Vera Tucker getting hurt, like another season-ending injury, is absolutely fucking devastating. I think that's a big factor, but the other factor that we have to talk about is the Jets wide receivers are terrible. Truly, that offense is just bad. Like it's really, really bad. And I do think Zack Wilson is bad. I do. I really do. I don't think Zack Wilson is the answer, but I don't think that another quarterback is the solution, if that makes any sense. I think the head office made a few really, really bad decisions. And I think their main problem is an ability to react quickly and decisively. I appreciate the fact that they have a plan and they want to stick with it, but there is a difference between calm and total inaction. And this was first evident in the draft. The Jets, when the Steelers traded up and picked in front of them and took Broderick Jones, they essentially had a fucking meltdown. And here's the draft, and I remember watching this. Will McDonald, over picking on Will McDonald, is one of the worst draft fumbles ever. Now, Will McDonald could still turn out to be a great edge rusher, but we won't probably know for a long time because the Jets already have a fucking amazing edge rush. And Jermaine Johnson is great. So, when you look at who's still on the board, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Jordan Addison, or Anton Harris, who's been playing out of his mind, would have been a infinitely better pick. I would argue that even Zay Flowers or some of these other players in here would have been an infinitely better pick too. I don't know. Even a Mazzie Smith, just anybody but your defensive pass rush. Your defensive pass rush is the strongest thing on your team. Even this. If you're gonna reach on an offensive line or a wide receiver, man. That was the first misstep. Then the next misstep is the Jets wanted to go all in with Aaron Rodgers. I get it. I understand. But the absolute laundry list of things that they did to make Aaron Rodgers happy now looks so fucking stupid. Randall Cobb, useless. Allen Lazard is the worst wide receiver in the NFL right now.
Oh, yeah, wow.
He has the highest drop rate.
At the ranch techs.
I think he's dropped 7 out of 30 targets? He's dropping every third pass he gets? That's crazy. That's nuts. That is an 7 of 17. Sorry, it's even worse than I thought. He's dropping half the passes he gets. Are they drops or are they Zach misfires? Brother, I have to be honest.
Hope something good happens.
The take that Zack Wilson is the only problem with this offense is like it's so myopic. Zack Wilson is bad, but the offense is terrible as well. There's no run game. They can't run screens. If you looked at those screens and you're like, oh my God, the problem was Zack Wilson, you're not getting it. If your offense cannot run a screen with a bad offensive line, there's almost no counterplay to just smashing the fuck out of them. The offense is really historically bad. Now, the one thing the Jets probably could have done in hindsight is Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs would have been a nice upgrade at the QB spot, but again, then you have a quarterback situation. So now going into the draft, you're looking at an absolute clusterfuck because the Jets won't take a QB. And then they're going to have a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers as their starting quarterback, and I bet he gets hurt again. I don't know. They went all in, and they lost. It sucks, but that's it. They went all in on Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers got knocked the fuck out. So, draft a left tackle. I'll be honest. In this quarterback class, you got to take a quarterback. But they won't because they're handcuffed to Aaron Rodgers. I think in this draft, Drake May and Caleb will come off. And then I think any of those latter guys you could have a shot at. I honestly think when the Jets get to the 10th pick or whatever, I think the Falcons will take a QB, but I honestly think you would have a pick of either Bo Nix, Jalen Daniels, or Michael Penix Jr. and you should pick them, but they won't. All right, that's all I want to talk about in the NFL. 10 minutes are over. I just wanted to talk about Jets. Poor Jets.